Good morning, students of class 7. Well, I think I was explaining some properties of acids in the last class. I'm talking about the video class. Well, today I would like to request each one of you to turn to page number 118, and there you will find on page number 118 alkalis written. Now, what is an alkali? Well, let me tell you one thing, students. An alkali is a base that is soluble in water. For example, sodium hydroxide. This is an alkali which is soluble in water. I will give you some other examples also. Potassium hydroxide. So this is also an alkali that is soluble in water. The definition says an alkali is a base which is soluble in water. So sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and even ammonium hydroxide is soluble in water. So this is called ammonium hydroxide. So these three alkalis are actually soluble in water. Okay, so an alkali is a base that is soluble in water. Now all bases have in common. Please follow from page number 118. A base is a substance which dissolves in water to produce hydroxyl ions in solution. Now children, please make a correction on page number 118. Instead of hydroxide ions, it will be hydroxyl, HYDROXYL. Okay? So a base is a substance which dissolves in water to produce hydroxyl ions in solution. A common property of all bases or alkalis is that they are, again there is a correction, is that they produce hydroxyl ions when dissolved in water. Yes, students. For example, when acids react with water, they produce hydrogen ion. Okay. Similarly, when bases react with water, they form hydroxyl ions. That is the common property of all bases, okay, or all alkalis. NaOH, KOH, calcium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide are all bases or alkalis because they dissolve in water to produce hydroxyl ions. Please make the correction, HYDROXYL. So these are all examples of bases that dissolve in water to form hydroxyl ions, OH minus. Now types of bases. Bases are of two types, strong bases, weak bases. Like we read in acids, there are two types of acids, strong acids, weak acids. Similarly, there are strong bases and weak bases. Now what is a strong base? Please underline this definition. This definition is very important. A base which completely ionizes in water and thus produces a large amount of hydroxyl ion is called a strong base. Now these are examples of strong bases. Okay? Strong base. So these two bases dissolve in water and undergo complete ionization to form a large amount of hydroxyl ion, whereas ammonium hydroxide is a weak base that undergoes incomplete dissociation and produces a small amount of hydroxyl ions. A base which is partially ionized in water and thus produces a small amount of hydroxyl ion is called a weak base. Example, ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. Okay students, Now I'm going to teach you the properties of bases. Number one, bases have bitter taste. Now you must remember one thing, students, bases are used to make soaps. If accidentally soap has gone inside your mouth, you must have felt the bitter taste. That bitter taste is due to the base. Bases feel soapy to touch. I told you bases are used to make the soap. Bases turn red litmus to blue. Yes, that is a test of bases. For example, acids turn blue litmus red and bases turn red litmus blue. That means just the opposite. Bases conduct electricity in solution. Of course, it has to be a strong base like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Bases can react with some metals to form hydrogen gas. Check the equation is balanced or not. Sodium 2, zinc 1, zinc 1, oxygen 2, oxygen 2, hydrogen 2, hydrogen 2. So, this is a metal, zinc, and this is a base. This is called sodium zincate. It is a salt, and you see hydrogen gas is liberated. Bases react with acids to form salt and water. I told you that acid-base reaction are also known as neutralization reaction. Whenever acids come in contact with bases, they neutralize one another to form salt and water. The best example I have given you is NaOH plus HCl gives NaCl plus H2O. So you see, this is a base or alkali, this is an acid, this is a salt, and of course, who does not know this? Water. Similarly, KOH plus HCl gives KCl plus H2O. Uses of bases. NaOH is used in the manufacture of soap, paper and synthetic fiber called rayon. Calcium hydroxide is used in the manufacture of bleaching powder. You know what is bleaching powder? Bleaching powder is used as a disinfectant. Yes. Wherever it is sprinkled, it kills the germs. Okay. The formula of bleaching powder is CaOClCl. This is the formula of bleaching powder. Magnesium hydroxide is used as an antacid to neutralize the excess acid in the stomach and cure indigestion. Now, children, you must have noticed previously, now of course we are not eating junk food, but whenever we used to eat junk food, a lot of junk food, okay, then what we had experienced acidity, okay, sometimes we had stomach ache, okay. So what we did, we took antacids. What is the function of antacid? The function of antacid is to neutralize the excess acid that is produced inside your stomach. You know that in our stomach an acid is produced called hydrochloric acid, HCl, but whenever we eat excess or whenever we eat a lot of junk food, then what happens? the amount of secretion of the acid also increases, and then what happens, we might suffer from acidity. It might cause stomach ache. So to neutralize the effect of that acid, we take antacid, and the composition of that antacid is magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide will neutralize that excess acid to form salt and water. The reaction is known as neutralization reaction. Sodium carbonate is used as washing soda and for softening hard water. Sodium carbonate. The formula of sodium carbonate is Na2CO3. This is the formula of sodium carbonate, and the formula of washing soda is Na2CO3.10H2O. Sodium hydrogen carbonate is used as baking soda in cooking food, for making baking powders, as an antacid to cure indigestion, and in soda acid fire extinguishers. Thank you, students.